1. I have to count down every morning. Good morning out there in Streetville. Good morning.
I'm just glad you got the numbers right
I
this
did.
time.
I started off one day, and they all looked at me like, can you not count backwards? And I'm like, no.
We are in our beautiful
Yes.
Arlington office. It looks fantastic. There you
Yes,
go.
there we
Can hear the
go.
crowd.
Yes.
Our manager, broker manager, Wendy Dean, and Sultan does a great job holding down
Yes.
the ship here. So office looks beautiful. Our first sales meeting here, and we got a great crowd, so we're excited for
Super
today.
excited, and the crowd's pumped because Mike Briggs is in the house, and
Yeah.
everybody gave him a warm welcome.
Biggest crowd of the day was when we said Mike
Yes,
Briggs was here.
everybody was so excited not to see us, but to see Mike, so it was great. Yes, so great. I'm just pointing out to the fans at home, Mike Briggs.
Isn't that what it goes in Mean Girls? On Wednesdays were we pink? We were pink? It's the thing, right?
Is that a thing?
Yes.
I have never
It's
seen
from
Mean
the
Girls.
movie. It says, on Wednesdays we were pink.
I am not a big TV person. I like Hallmark.
I did match my
He
car
did
yesterday.
match his car.
I don't have a pink car today, though,
No
so
pink
I'm
car
not
today.
matching.
Yes, no pink car today.
No Mary Kay's.
Oh,
but
that would be perfect. Who has one?
I'm not driving around a Mary Kay.
We will put Donnie in a Mary Kay Cadillac.
I don't know, but I think Kay should put on this shirt. It might match.
Kay's got a shirt that matches her hair.
That's true.
She does.
Well, we will
Good morning
try
to
to get the
those of you
train
online.
back on the
Yes,
tracks
so
a little bit, but here
we're offline.
we're excited to see everybody. We'll have some fun stuff to talk about today. The first thing we want to talk about, first of all, is this beautiful graphic, right?
Yeah, our graphics are really eleveling. Good job, marketing team.
Nice job, Taylor.
It is all about fall.
So the
Y'all
first
may
thing we
now
want to
pick up
announce
your
is
pumpkin spice.
we're moving all the Cardinal titles to the end,
Yes.
just as a reminder. But we start the meeting with this great announcement because these people go above and beyond and actually get their listings to close the whole deal at Cardinal Title Group. So we want to make special mention of these people because they are super big rock star heroes here. So we're going to start
Super big.
super big rock star
Rockstar
heroes.
heroes.
That's a lot of
That is a great title.
six-year-old words put together, right?
You go, super big rock star heroes.
Andrea Schatz Hayes, Ariel Mercado, Arslan Jamil, Barbara Monahan, Bob Wiley, Christina Brown, Cynthia Chen, Dan Pomisano, Delilah Torres, Derek Cole, Guillermo Salmon, Helena Ashton, Isa Abedin, Jay Yoon, Jasmine Haney, Julie Park, Kate Snyder twice, because I'm guessing Kate and Catherine,
I think that
same
would be the
person.
Same. Yeah.
Katie
Wojtowicz.
You say that better than me. And Carrie Ralston.
Sometimes I just let him suffer, and sometimes I help him out. Lorenzo Walters, Lucia Arden Jason, Matab Bahiri, Margaret Ireland, Marvin Boone, Michelina Curie, Mickey Tung, Pam Scavangelli, there we go. Sometimes I need some help too. Relisha Wilson,
I think you added a syllable, but I'm going to let it go.
Look, I'm Southern. I had a lot of syllables. Sarah McGovern, Sheila Hayter, Tia Thompson, and Yvette Harris. Congratulations.
So
thank
you
so
all,
much,
those
guys.
special people that were
You are our superhero rock
not able to
stars.
close at Cardinal, but get their listings to close there as well. So
Yes.
fantastic stuff. We have 15 new agents since our last sales meeting last time, so we want to announce our new family members that have joined Sampson Properties here.
Don't forget, on the left-hand side of the screen, we've got their home office. So if it's from an office near
And the
you-
right-hand side.
Yeah, that side. The right-hand side of the screen. Reach out, say hello, and make a new friend.
So this says what office they're in. So if you see somebody, see if we got any Arlingtons. And if you're in the crowd, say hello.
Oh, yes.
And make sure that
you
we
gotta
know.
throw a woot woot if you're
Also,
in the
if we call you out for a Cardinal closing, let us know. We want to give you special applause here. Chantel Cox from Keller Williams, Crystal Warren from Keller Williams Allegiance, Deborah Randolph from Caldwell Banker Realty, Beth Caudle from Keller Williams United Falls Church. We announced her husband Matt last sales meeting, so I think they must have signed up back-to-back days and they got a back-to-back sales meeting. Iraj Baden from it's Roger.
Baden.
I did see that. Roger, sorry about that, Roger. Roger from Remax Town Center. Jessica Ryan from EXP. Jose Cruz Melendez from Elite Realty and Associates. Lizette Nelson from Keller Williams Metro. Michelle Kidwell from Ennoble Real Estate. And Michelle Harrison is a new agent.
Seema Abbasi Adit from Exit Flagship. Sonia Sagel from Remax. Sylvia Negron is a new agent. Valika Holt is from Inactive to Active. And Yasmin Scheiderer. Scheiderer. That's it.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Nailed
New
it.
agent. Welcome, everyone.
Welcome to our brand new family
Welcome,
members.
everyone.
Next thing we want to honor here before we move into more stuff is our top. So this third sales meeting or the second sales meeting of the month, we like to do the cumulative totals from the previous month. So these are our August top performers for our whole company. So this is fantastic stuff. And in a company of 5,400 agents, we like to say the agents that kind of did the most transactions for individuals and for teams. So we're going to start with our top 5 individuals in volume for the whole month. And this is an OG Sampsoner, number 1 for the month. Been with us since 2003, I believe, back when Donnie joined as well, 19 years ago. Miss Ritu Desai, just under $6 million. Great job, Ritu. This one has never been on the list before. Just kidding. Always a rock star. Miss Dilyara Dominova, just over $5.7 million. Viktor Kutsevich, $5.2 million. John McCabridge, another one's been around for a long time with us, just over $4 million. And Monir Delaware, just over $3.5 million. So great month to all of you 5. Great job, top 5s.
That's fantastic. And when we look at our top performers by individual number of transactions, Dilyara Dominova with 9, tied with Wumbozi Okwadu with 9 also. Congratulations.
Nice job.
That is a fantastic
I
month.
want cheers for you. You said
me.
that name very well.
I don't know if I said it right.
But you said it with confidence.
But I said it with confidence. Yes, absolutely. Tonga Turner with 7, Arif Khan and Powell Lynn both tied for 6. Congratulations. That's a fantastic month, you guys.
Great job to our top performers.
Yeah.
Our top teams, and this is like almost hard to look like to believe, but the Shepherd Homes Group, Jason and your team did over $19 million in August. That's crazy work. So
fantastic.
I'm going to bring this up later, but I'm going to stop here and I'll just do it twice. That's fine. Jason's been nice enough, and some of you guys saw the poll out there. Jason wants to teach some classes and just help everybody. So he's doing a masterclass series October 18th, and we'll go over it more in a second. But October 18th, and look, I want everybody to circle it. I'm going to tell you to later pull it on your calendar or put it on there now, because when you get these top agents that are willing to just pour in and just teach the stuff that's going on every day with them and how you can help translate some of the things they're doing into your own business is great. So thank you, Jason, and Casey in the past.
Casey, piggyback, there's one on Sampson University now that Casey did a few weeks ago. Fantastic content. You guys, these are the top performing teams of our company, and they're willing to pull the covers back and just tell people what they're doing and how they're doing it. So take advantage of that. Yes,
so Jason will be on October 18th. We'll talk more about that in a little bit.
I promise you will learn something.
You'll learn lots of stuff from Jason, I'm sure of it. Redstone Group, great job, $8.2 million. Candace Astroth and Perfect Choice Real Estate, just over 6.4. Uncle Casey and the Casey Sampson team, 6.2 million. And our Vienna and Tyson's managers, Kratz and Kolash, just under $5 million for August. So great job by our teams.
Guys. And so we look at our teams and we look at the number of units they've done. Shepherd Homes Group with 35.5 units for the month of August.
That's a few.
That is a few. That is insane. The Redstone Group with 17, Perfect Choice Real Estate with 10, Team Harper with 8.5, and Kratz and Kolash with 7 for the month. That is fantastic, you guys. Rock on.
Awesome job to our top teams. We have a new announcement, a fun one.
We do. Welcome to Boomy. Boomy is our new office manager. You did it right.
Yes.
Look at that. He's been practicing.
I botched it hard last week.
He did.
Better this week.
He botched it, and he's been practicing. But Boomy is now our manager broker in our Columbia office. We're super excited to have her. She is well loved by the team there and is kicking ground off to a good start.
And she was recommended by a lot of our great realtors
and our management, other broker team as well.
Yes.
All thought
so we're
really
excited to have Boomy join the team. So welcome, Boomy, and we'll see you guys up there. I think the team went up. Are they going up tomorrow? Tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay, we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
But a lot of you guys will get to see her, and if you're in that area, we'll talk about those marketing education days later. But exciting stuff for Boomy, and happy to welcome her to our team. If you are out there watching on the internet or in here,
and you have a
friend, that wants to consider joining Sampson, or maybe you're newer to Sampson but didn't get the Lunch and Learn experience and want to make sure you're fresh on all the things Sampson, I am going across the street after this to McCormick and Schmick's. Not across the street, but down the street, I guess. Down the street a couple minutes. I know where it is.
Are you sure?
Yes. Waze told me so.
I am right. Did they change the name of the street out here?
Yes. All street names are offensive, Sarah. I'm going to leave that there. Yes, they changed it about 2 months ago. We actually made the announcement in a sales meeting.
And now I remember, but this morning, I was just completely discombobulated.
You're like, what is this street?
I'm like, this is not the right street. Are we doing it off-site? Are we doing it at the McCormick and Schmick's? Where are we doing it? And then I got here, and just for point out, I beat him here.
It's 21-1, I think, is now. I've gotten here first 21 times.
So then I got uber confused because I'm never here first. And I looked around because if I find his car, I'm in the right place. So I drove around, and I'm like, I am in the wrong place. But Waze kept bringing me here, and I was like, I don't understand what all this means. So thank you, world, for confusing me with street names.
So
not hard to do.
Sarah's confusion aside, we're going to be at
Yes,
McCormick
we will
and
be at
Schmick's
McCormick
today
and Schmick's.
for a lunch and learn, 12 to 2:30. So if you have an RSVP, that's fine. Show up. We'll take care of you. We'll feed you a good meal. And the downside is you got to listen to me talk about Samson for an hour, hour and a half. But hopefully it'll be great. So
yeah, but we do want to point out that this is not necessarily a all agent go over and have lunch. This is a recruiting meeting. So please do not plan on coming unless you are very new and would like to hear this.
The only person that comes in and eats and
Look,
then doesn't
I need
listen
my
and leaves
cookies.
is this one, okay?
I
She
eat
comes
dessert
over,
first.
she eats all the food, and then leaves.
That is not all the food. I just look at the dessert table and see if I want to partake. Usually I do. And then I'm out.
And then
Look,
she's
it landed
throwing stuff
perfectly.
all over.
It
So
landed perfectly.
we have our lunch and learn today that you
Yes.
guys can come over to. Next Saturday,
We don't even have another sales meeting.
10 days from today,
Yes.
we are going to be partying at Bull Run, and we
Okay.
cannot be more excited.
Who has not been to a sales meeting? Oh my gosh.
Well, they've all been to a sales
Who has
meeting.
not been to a festival?
Not been to a festival.
That's half the room has not been to a festival. Who's going to the festival? That should be all the room.
Mike's going twice. He
Mike's
had
going
both
twice.
hands up.
Look, those of us who have been here and gone to a couple of festivals, we don't miss festivals for anything. In fact, I have been slightly disinherited by some family members because I didn't go to the wedding that I was supposed to be in because went to the festival last year. It is a wonderful, wonderful thing.
So October 1st, it's not too late. We'd love to have you. If this is the first you're hearing about it, I'm sorry. You've been living under some rock because we're
Yes.
talking about it. That's fine.
Or
though.
you may be brand new.
Or you might be new. Yes,
Yes.
that's also a possibility. So October 1st, next Saturday, go to the Cardinal Nest right now. On the top left, you're already on the Cardinal Nest if you're watching this at home. Top left, Samson Festival's linked. It gives you all the details in an RSVP link. Please RSVP, even if you're like, well, they know who I am. Yes,
No.
we do. But, and Kay's nodding her head back there because she helps run registration for us. But if you roll up, we may or may not know, but the person checking you in might not know who you are. If you have your registration, you have your QR code, it makes it so much easier. We scan you, you go in, we keep the line moving. It was so orderly before.
Yes.
There was no backups because people had their registration to their Eventbrite.
And small logistics. You will have to register. You will get tickets. You'll get QR codes that they have a little device that they scan. They give you everything that you need and you pull through.
Yes.
So if you don't have a QR code and you don't have your tickets because you didn't register, then you've got to get out of line. You back up all the other people trying to get in. We've got to look at the roster. We are right off of 66, so people see our big tents. They see our big food trucks. They see the rides, and we cannot let the general public in. So everybody has to be crowd controlled by order of Fairfax County and the liquor that's on site. So we have to be crowd controlled. So you cannot get in if you do not have those tickets. It makes life incredibly difficult for our registration.
The other side note for that is when you check in with your tickets, if you check in before 3 o'clock, then you'll be thrown into the eligibility for the raffles that we're pulling between 3:30 and 4. If you just roll in, we're not in the list for raffles. So you got to
Yes.
be. So it will make things life easier. Please register. Please have that. Now, if you're coming in 2 different cars as well, if my daughter's coming later, I need to make sure that I send that QR codes to her so that she can also check in as well.
You do have the opportunity to register your immediate family members, and you have the opportunity to have 2 parking passes if in the case where you have 2 different cars coming in at different times. Please, this is for your immediate family only. This is not the destination for people that live all over the country to come in and 25 people show up at the festival. We've had that happen. We have random RSVPs that we've had to call and tell people we don't know who you are or why you're registered. We're sorry, but you can't come. So please make sure you're registering your immediate family and reserving your parking passes.
And not your full client list.
No,
as much as we are
not
thankful
client
for
list.
your clients.
We have got some people that have emailed and said, yeah, my agent volunteered and invited me. We love you agents, but you cannot invite your entire
They got
client
me a
list.
rental 3 years ago.
Yes.
And I said if they sent me a festival.
Yeah, we've got 5,500 agents and all of our staff and with their families and our agents' families. You can imagine if everybody even invited 10 people, what that would look like to our day. So again, it is staff, it is Cardinal staff, agent staff, It is our families, our agents and their families, and it's a fun day for us as a group. Yes, Mr. Briggs, you need a mic. Not your first rodeo.
Hold on.
Hold on, JD has to be
JD will
prompt.
hook you up.
Now you're in charge of the mic.
I ask, is there a special registration for getting in the head of the line to dunk Donnie?
Oh,
How do we do that?
Mr. Briggs, I love that. So middle of the day, you will get as we go through here, you will see our plan of the day, and you will see that there is a dunk tank between 12:30 and 1 o'clock. It will be by the main stage.
So come early.
Please bring your Benjamins, because we are going to be raising money for Sampson Cares. So it will be 3 throws in an attempt to dunk Donnie for $20. I will accept cash and Venmo, and you will have the opportunity to dunk Donnie in the tank. If you give me a sizable donation and you cannot hit the tank, I will be happy to let you run up and hit the button. This is all for the children.
Because somebody may not have been
Children
able to hit
like
it last
us.
year and had to go up and kick the button because she couldn't
I
throw the ball.
did a flying karate kick on it last year because I'm just going to say I had a frozen shoulder.
Yeah. No, she didn't have a frozen shoulder. She just can't throw.
I throw like a girl.
And
I could.
What is that supposed to mean?
That means I am a girl. I cannot throw. I have never been able to throw. That is not my thing. So, but I can kick like a banshee. So I kicked. And they have a picture of the drone with me in a full karate kick, like nailing him going. It was great.
Danny, my dad said that he can no longer throw because he did nail it last year.
Yes.
It was a walk-off. He said he could never throw again at Donnie because if he misses
So he just hands me a donation and calls it a day.
So he cannot do it. But
I will say his children, as Mike brings up the dunk tank, and this is a wonderful thing, his children and his niece and nephews did repeatedly get in the line, tell me to add it to their dad's tab. And they just kept throwing. They're like, Sarah, put it on dad's tab. I'm like, I got your girlfriend. You go right ahead.
So I got to pay to get myself dunked.
Yes,
that was fantastic.
That was fun because after the festival I went up and I said, you owe me $320. Yes.
So this
Back
is
to the festival.
A sampling of a lot of the foods. We'll have tons of food trucks. I know last year we ended up with 7 due to a lot of different circumstances. This year we're in the 17 to 20 range for food trucks. We have lots of great food trucks, dessert trucks. Goal is no lines at all to make sure that everybody can get their food in a really matched manner.
Lots of different choices.
Tons of variety here. This is where we try to move it on quick so Sarah doesn't get talking about food for the next 10 minutes.
The funnel truck is my favorite.
We are going to do a canned food drive. So if you
Yes.
bring your canned foods, your non-perishables, we will have a truck, multiple trucks, loading those so we can make a real impact on DC food banks.
And guys, this is our DC fundraiser for this year. We did generosity feeds already this year in Virginia. Our next fundraiser will be in Maryland. This is our DC area food bank. They are critically low. They are looking for like the large cans. If you run by the store and just happen to have a chance to grab something, they're looking for the large cans of green beans, vegetables, and fruits versus the smaller cans. They're looking for the big ones. If you have an opportunity, please do bring large. Please do bring the non-perishables.
Not that big? Oh.
That's family Costco in a pack.
Gotcha.
But anything that you can bring to help our DC food pantry, we've got volunteers coming in with trucks to haul that out, bring it out. We'd love to fill up that truck over and over and over again. If you can bring some canned food, that'd be awesome.
So briefly want to go over the schedule for you. A couple things, reasons why, because I want to let you guys know when to be there. This is all on the website too, so you don't have to take pictures or anything. But we start at 11. We're going to start with the Reagan years. Great 80s band. This is when Sarah's rocking up for. Yes. Sarah and Chris ran a test run. They saw Metallica Theater.
Yes.
They went out there and did the big hair and got crazy.
We did not do a big hair, but we might have had a beverage.
So the fun fact about the Reagan years is they're playing early for us because they're actually playing at Tally-Ho Theater in Leesburg that night. So they're a great band.
I
do a
promise
great job.
I am not watching them twice. But they are fantastic. Great show. They do a great job.
So they're 11 to 12:30. Then 12:30 we're going to do the dunk tank during that intermission when they're resetting up the stage. So it'll be right by the stage. That's when I get dunked. Then Carrie and Reed are on after that, I think, for the dunk tank, right? No? All right.
Carrie, Carrie and I have a pass. And the reason we have a pass is because we then have to leave the festival to go back and do our hair and makeup all over again. But the guys don't have a hair and makeup problem.
I have a hair problem.
I'm not going in the tank.
Mike doesn't have any hair.
Mike should go in the tank. That's perfect. You don't have to redo his hair.
Yeah, but it's something like this with guys. And they're done. Women need like.
That's easy for me.
Then we have from 1 to 2:30 we have Keaton, which is a great 90s and rock band. They've the fun fact about them is the lead singer actually grew up with me, went to high school with me, played baseball with me, and they're fantastic. They've played in 2 festivals already.
And what else did they do with you?
Oh, and Eric was in show choir with me in high school. So I was in show choir. Eric can still sing. I cannot anymore.
I would like to do a talent show at some point and have him sing a musical because I think that would be fun.
It's not very fun. It will not be fun for anyone. Let's just watch Eric. He's fantastic. So Keaton is great. So they're going to sing 1 to 2:30. We have finals for the cornhole. We'll do another break, which I am in the cornhole championship. So, you know. Then at 3 o'clock, the important part we're getting to is 3 to 4:30. It's all important, but 3 to 4:30. So we want to make sure, you don't have to, but if you want to be eligible for all the great raffle prizes we're going to have, which we've emailed out and they're on the site, you got to be checked in by 3 o'clock. Everybody's checked in by 3 o'clock. We'll be thrown into the number generator thing that we're going to shoot out, and we're going to give out raffle prizes.
The number generator thing.
The number generator
That's
thingy?
the technical term.
The name generator thingy? There's
Yes.
a name to it.
There is a name generator thingy.
But
you must be present.
you must be present because we're going to do all the names that have been checked in. Last year we called out name after name, and it's like, well,
We might have called out 25 names and not until we found somebody that was
that
actually
is
there.
a little bit of exaggeration. But yes, a few
No,
names.
there were times.
25. So you actually have to be in front of the stage to get your prize. Now, we're going to give out, do some recognitions, couple speeches. Then we're going to do a big group photo around 3:45. This, I would love to have everybody in front of the stage if possible. So if you were there, please try to get there by 3:30 so you can get to that stage by 3:45. Everybody in front of the stage, we'll have a great big picture. And then, you know, if it looks great, we're going to frame them, put them in all the offices, and it'll be a great keepsake.
And it's a lot
for
of fun.
everybody.
If you've been in our offices, you probably have seen the Where's Waldo picture where it's the numbers of how many
The
people
one
we
last
have.
year wasn't great. So the
Right.
2,600 ones
So we
around the
lost
offices
people.
is from 3 years ago. 'Cause
Yes.
2 years ago we didn't have a festival.
And we just didn't feel like we had a great picture because we were losing people. So we're going to go up and we're going to do the amphitheater ramp. So we've got more of that stadium type feel to get everybody squeezed in. But it's so much fun to look back on those pictures and try to find yourself and find your kids and find your friends. So it's be there for the Where's Waldo.
So around 3:45 we'll do a group picture. After that, see, we're smart like that. We give out the raffle prizes after the picture. So you have to stay for the picture.
Yes.
Then we'll do all the raffle prizes. So around 4 o'clock. So group picture and raffles in that middle time frame there. So if you're going to be an early festival person, great. Try to stay till 4:15. If you couldn't get there till later, try to get there for that group picture and all that. After that, we'll end with 2 great bands. Miller Holler's a great country band. My wife and I, Meredith, were down in Nashville a couple months ago. Heard this great band at Blake Shelton's bar. I was like, man, they're great. You know, we should invite them to the festival. And Meredith said, they're too big. We can't get them for the festival. I said, hold my beer. And I was back, and needless to say, Miller Holler is now at the festival. So we're excited to have Miller Holler driving up from Nashville for the show that day. And then we're closing with a great band, Center Stage. So we did a survey to all of you, and these are the genres that you guys picked, the 80s, 90s, country, and then the R&B, Motown, Oldies, Beach, Top 40. And 4 or 5 of you mentioned specifically the group Center Stage. So we called them, got them. So we're excited about Center Stage, big 9-piece band, do lots of great hits. They'll keep the crowd rocking all night. So it'll be a great way to end it.
And the other thing I'll say too is after the festival's over, you will get a survey about all the things that you liked or didn't like, because that'll help us build our festival for the next year. You guys give us the feedback, because this entire set was built based on y'all's feedback. When we started researching the particular bands that you guys were mentioning, they were good. This Center Stage is fantastic. I mean, they were just wonderful. So we love being able to take your suggestions and then build them into your festival. So it's give the survey, definitely give the feedback.
And, you know, for those that we didn't go over a lot of the entertainment, but we got zip lines and rock walls and Ferris wheels
And
and
mechanical
carousels,
sharks.
mechanical sharks, mechanical bulls, a putt-putt course. We've got all sorts of stuff.
Beer garden, we have a beer garden this year,
We
yes.
have a beer garden, adults only this year, if you want to go and hang out and do some different beers there. Mike's going to ride the mechanical bull and mechanical
I
shark.
want to ride the mechanical bull. I keep saying that. I went to do it a couple years ago and it rained.
Justin, if Sarah does the mechanical
will do
bull,
the
we need to
mechanical bull,
make sure we
friends.
have somebody there with video for that one, all right? And I want it in all the reels. Two
cameras.
We
Cameras.
We want 2 views. Justin said 2 cameras to that one.
Yeah, they're going to get me tush over tea kettle flying off.
Yes,
of the,
and that's going to be in all of the highlight reels for now.
I
until
just wanted to
eternity.
point out that I was very restrictive in what I said since I was live.
Yeah.
Tush over tea kettle. Y'all have heard that, right? But it's normally other
Most
things over tea
terms that you say we haven't. Just assume we haven't heard the terms that you're saying.
Y'all need to grow up in the South.
So it's going to be a great time.
Y'all need-
Hopefully
y'all
everybody
need
can
my
make it
grandma.
out there next Saturday for the festival. RSVP, RSVP,
Yes.
RSVP.
So don't forget RSVP.
After the festival, our first sales meeting for October, we're going to be in the Tyson's office. So a lot of you in this area, I expect to see you right down the road in 2 weeks. That is not far from here. So we'll be in the Tyson's office there. Great room for us to do the Tyson sales meeting there in
They have a
the
great
5th.
training center in Tyson.
They do.
Fantastic training center.
Now, we have the NVAR convention put up here on October 11th, the Tuesday, because this is why. We want to be out in full force. We are going to have, we got 4 booths. We have a huge, huge setup. We would love to show. We haven't had a good, they haven't been in person at NVAR since 2019. So it's been 3 years. So we want to have a great showing out there. We got beautiful banners.
We want all of our peeps.
Stop by and say hi to us. We're going to have some great staff members there all day recruiting and saying hi to people. But we want people to know what we're about. And we are twice the power that we were 3 years ago when we were last able to make a big footprint and have a great booth there. So
mark
that on your calendars. They'll have great.
They also have good classes.
They'll have great classes, great speakers,
Yes.
good stuff all day. And maybe more announcements on that in the future. We'll see. But if you're going by, stop by our booth, say hi, and it'll be a good time. So we want to circle that, and we'll have another one to announce in a second. The 12th, so our D.C. Maryland sales meeting, October 12th, will be in D.C. So we're going to be in our D.C. office again. Beautiful location, one of my favorite offices. So we'll be in our D.C. office October 12th for all you Maryland D.C.ers out there.
And if you are coming to D.C. just to see the beautiful office, just give yourself a few extra minutes to find parking. Few extra minutes.
So,
I have been known to call people and say, "Are you there yet?" And they say yes, and I'll be like, "Great, come get my car."
So this actually says
it's sitting on the street outside of the office.
She
Just
did
come
do
get
that
it.
once because she was late.
Yes.
Suite 405 is our office, but the actual sales meeting will be in the conference center on the first floor when we walk in.
It's a beautiful building.
Conference room.
Beautiful building.
So let's fill that office. We're going to have a great DC Maryland sales meeting. The 12th. Afterwards, we'll have a lunch and learn at the Clyde's at Gallery Place, which is an awesome venue. It's actually where Mr. Hubbard's rehearsal dinner was. Right, sir?
Huh.
It's true.
That's
True
true.
statement. So we've got.
He's like, was it?
Joe's
Yes,
like,
it was.
Joe's over there like, you're right. All right.
So funny.
So Clyde's right next to the, what is it now, Verizon Center? They change the name all the time. Verizon Center.
Always
So
change.
Clyde's
They
at
need
Gallery
to stop
Place.
changing names of things.
So we'll have a Oh, it's Capital One. You're right. I was off.
Is it? You're off. You're on the old one.
Yeah.
Capital One
I was going to say
Arena.
MCI. That's 2 names
That's
ago.
so names ago. Yeah, right. It's
And
so
then
long ago.
our other sales meeting for October will be in the Fairfax office on the 19th. So Fairfax office afterwards. So the good part is during the NVAR Lunch and Learn, we're going to invite everybody to this lunch, or during the NVAR convention, we're going to invite everybody to this Lunch and Learn the following week at International Country Club. So we'll have our Fairfax sales meeting, International Country Club Lunch and Learn. So that's our October schedule, and let everybody know where we're going to be. Tyson's, then DC, then Fairfax for October.
Yeah.
The other big one we want to do, we're not forgetting all our Marylanders out there.
Yes.
We're going to make a big presence at our GBBR convention October 20th as well. We've got a big double booth, prime location at the end of a row so that we can come out full force. So if you're in that
Anywhere near that area.
anywhere
up
near
there,
Baltimore,
yeah.
we'd love to see you at the GBBR convention.
How'd you say it?
GBBR? Did I say 3 B's? What did I say?
Where's it at?
I don't know.
Where is this at?
Oh, it's at Martin's West.
In?
Baltimore? What did I say?
Oh, you didn't say it right. Normally he says it like a true Baltimorean.
Baltimore?
Baltimore? Yeah.
So GBBR, I believe it's at Martin's West in Baltimore, but great venue. They have GBBR is huge.
Yeah.
Lots of great classes. They do CEs all day.
They do CEs all day in person, so that's part of the Maryland thing is they do the CEs in person at these events all day. So if you need any CE credits or if you just want to attend a good class, you can sign up. I don't think you have to pre-register for them either. I think you just walk in and sit. But check that out. But it's a great venue. We hope to see you guys and come out and support us because we're still going to send our staff, but we certainly don't have the presence up there that we do here down at NVAR. So we would love to have everybody up in that area come out to support.
So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to wait because she's finishing eating.
That's you, Wendy. Chew faster.
I'm going to bring up our lovely manager here broker manager for Arlington. I'll come back for this. Miss Wendy Dean. She did.
I noticed this is what you guys do.
This is what we
this is
do.
what we throw.
Here you
Just
go.
don't
Justin's
fall
got
on
a
it.
mic for
Just
you.
don't fall on it.
This is our Wendy
Yeah.
just discovered our pile here. So until you come in person, you don't really appreciate the pile of.
And when you're in the front row, this is actually fine because it's deep enough, but we've had some people really tight to us and we've gone and literally hit them. So you take the life in your own hand if you're in the front row here.
So we
You're
end up with
fine,
100
because I'm
pieces
going
of
this way.
paper out here by the end.
Yes.
So I want to bring up our lovely broker manager, Wendy Dean, who has done a great job building this Arlington office. So fun facts about Wendy is she's obviously a broker for us in Virginia, but is also licensed in D.C. and Maryland as well. So a great broker
Yes.
all over that is a great resource for us. So hello, Wendy.
Yes,
and she's an attorney.
yes.
Wait, don't say that. We'll hold that against her. Sorry, Carrie.
Okay, I say I'm an attorney. I'm not your attorney.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
So Wendy, how are things out here?
I think is this on? I don't
Yes,
It is.
It is.
So
Okay.
it's on for the TV.
She was not listening to the instructions in the beginning.
Wait,
Yes.
what? Did you guys say something?
Yeah, in the beginning we gave instructions.
So
That's all right.
so they can hear that,
It's
it's
just the
just
feed through
for the feed.
it's for the feed
so
online.
people on
So you have to
TV
talk to
can't
you.
hear you unless you hold that up.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well,
So-
I personally am thrilled that you guys came out here. This is our very first time having company-wide meeting at Arlington. So this is a major milestone. And for the folks on TV, you can't see our wonderful turnout, but we've got a lot
Packed
of
room.
Sorry?
We've got a packed
Packed
room.
room.
Got a packed room. We have such a great supportive group of people. I've worked at other brokerages, and I really cannot say enough good things about the quality of the people we have here. The agents, they try to do the right thing every day. So many calls are about how can I serve my client better? How can I be compliant? And that just warms my heart. I wouldn't be complete. I could not do this without Sultan. He is
Woo, Sultan.
an admin extraordinaire. Can we get a close-up?
Oh,
He really is, there's nothing he won't do. He just, I think last Friday, he was here till 9 something, helping with Cardinal get a closing done
There you go,
with
Sultan.
Scott,
Thanks,
who's
Sultan.
back there from Cardinal.
Hi, Scott.
So, and we're thrilled. Is Liz in the house?
Liz is
I-
over here, yep.
Yes, we have our new liaison lender from First Heritage, so we're really excited to get that relationship going. We've got Shannon and Melissa, who help us so much with education, onboarding, and I just want to say that we're so grateful for each and every one of you and your support. And thank you,
Awesome.
Donnie and Sarah.
Thank
We
you.
really
Awesome.
appreciate
Thank you.
you
That's
So-
coming out
awesome.
here.
Thank you. So Wendy, you're in the know. You got your sleeves up every day. What do you see? She's looking at her sleeves. Are they up?
I'm pulling them up.
What are any good tips that you have or things that you're seeing lately out in the marketplace or any encouragement for realtors that might be kind of going through those fall blues or getting out there? Any good Wendy tips?
Good Wendy tips are, get educated. We have, there's a lot going on in the world, and especially in finance. We've got people talking about the big R, recession, interest rates, inflation. You can provide so much value to your clients by not being just that person who can open a door or can stick a sign in the yard, but show your mastery. You understand what's going on in the market and have an opinion. We all, to some extent, are reading the tea leaves, but we don't just
Have you
show
heard that saying?
houses.
I have heard
We
that.
educate. I'm sorry?
I was asking him
She
if
asked
he'd
if
heard
I'd
that.
heard that saying,
If
but
he'd
yes,
heard the
I've
read
heard
the tea
reading
leaves
the tea
saying.
leaves.
Yeah.
You heard that?
Yeah.
What other
You say sayings that we actually know. Sarah makes stuff up.
Look, potato.
Oh, I need to give a shout out. Ahmed just came in. He's one of our best. He's just heart and soul of this office. He switched to full time. He's just killing it, and
Awesome.
you're late, but we're glad you're here.
You're late. You're late.
Well, I appreciate the tips. Any
Absolutely.
closing great
Closing
remarks for
thoughts.
everybody or good thoughts?
Good thoughts, pay it forward, and you've got our thing here. Also, remember, guys, when things get tough in real estate, a lot of people exit the market. So I know it can be tough, but I'm just going to urge everyone to have a little bit more grace with the other agents that you work with. It becomes
We got coming from the crowd.
it's
Yeah.
getting to be a smaller sandbox, And besides being less stressful, if you can rise above and, you know, be a little
absolutely.
calmer, just think about, you know, if you decide to get, you know, upset about something, that may end up hurting your client or your future client because you are not going to get that offer accepted because you've got beef with another agent. So just work hard, grace. We all need it.
True statement.
All
Any
right.
questions or
Absolutely.
thoughts for Wendy while we've got her expertise on the stage?
And I would piggyback on something Wendy said too, is it happens. Dig deeper. You may be struggling right now. You may feel like nothing's coming your way. Dig deeper. Don't just sit there and say, okay, nothing's coming. Nothing's coming. Do something about it. You are directly proportionate to your success is your action. So do something about it and dig deeper.
And, you know, we talk about being secret agents, but also, you know, don't hide from your colleagues, your broker, consultant. I mean, sometimes you need a pep talk. I need pep talks. And, you know, don't just, if you're hurting or you're struggling.
For those of you at home, we've got like commentary from the crowd. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like we're in like, you know, a church. We're going, preach.
Right. Preach.
So,
Preach or
so reach out, you know, try to be, you know, for every problem, there is a solution. I don't
Yes.
know, is that something you've
Yes.
heard?
I've heard that one before. That's a good one.
So, and, you know,
She's bringing out the hits today.
so, you know,
Aladdin.
Is that
we need
Mr.
a-
Aladdin.
we need
Yeah,
another
I just
mic.
want to add on to
Oh, we
what
got
you
it.
said with, you know, when times get tough, you know, write your business
Tough
plan
get
out.
going.
Write
Oh,
it
sorry,
out.
I've heard that one too.
Yeah, you can call me. Write your business plan out. Write it out. I mean, every step of the workflow, you know, the problems that happen in this business, they're just a few, and they're always the same. It's like
Right.
10 of them for each type of transact. Write your business plan out.
and the way
and-
this business works, just think about it. I mean, in the spring, I was hearing about how hard it was to represent buyers, and it's just terrible out there. And now that it's not that bad of a time to be a buyer, I mean, you can be strategic. I think, you know, rates will probably drop if we get the big R agreed to, the recession. You know, now it's a little bit easier for the buyers, so flexibility. You know, there's always going to be people buying and selling real estate, and as long as you know your value and keep building it, creating it, and, you know, learning how to express that value, this business will always be there. There's nothing externally that can stop your success. It's all about mindset, internal.
That's,
the
that's a
pendulum will
great point
always
about
swing.
mindset
Yep.
because, you know, if you let like the frustration of, okay, I can't win a bid. You're like, woe is me because I can't win a bid. Or now it's like, woe is me, I can't find anybody to buy or sell. Like, you control how you act in this world. And if you have that positive mindset that
Woe is me is not positive.
see the positive on how the market is as opposed to seeing the negative that always is going on in the market. Because every market, no matter what it is, has an opportunity to succeed and thrive in. You got to find that niche and run headfirst into that instead of dwelling in the negative parts of every market. So
And I
that's a
think-
good point.
Yeah, well, jumpstart
Katie
session
yelled
two.
jumpstart
She's yelled-
session two.
yes. But I think the other
She's
piece
like
of that,
Lynn's little voice.
she's like, I want
that
y'all to hurry
squawks
up with
her.
the sales meeting. I got a class at 12. But one point I want to make on that education, if you are isolating yourselves and you're sitting at home and you're not engaging with your fellow agents and you're not engaging in your masterminds and you're not talking to clients and you're you know
And you're
under
not
a
coming
rock
to the classes that
and
we
you're not-
offer
yeah,
every day.
you're not going to know how to speak intelligently. You're not going to know how to take the current situation and spin it to meet the needs of your client. You're not going to have the resources necessary. So that education piece is so valuable. Don't operate in a vacuum. Everybody's in the same spot. Everybody's working towards the same goal. Lead and lend on your fellow, you know, agents. Lean, led, and yes,
lend.
all of that.
We got that.
On your agents. Yes,
I'm
and
feeling
those
what she
classes. You know what I mean. It didn't come out.
Awesome points. Well, thank you, Wendy, for
Yes,
all your
thank you,
support.
thank you.
Who's coming up? Joseph and Carrie?
Hello, JR
I mean, Reed and Carrie.
and Miss Carrie. With Miss Carrie and her new do, I like it.
Thanks, Sarah. So, Reed Hubbard and Carrie Lindsay from Cardinal Title Group coming on up.
We got some
Hi.
Cardinals going on back there. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
How are things going, guys?
Excellent.
How are you liking Arlington? Looks beautiful
Wonderful.
out here, right?
Love it. Love it.
Carrie and I
closer
were
to
just
my
talking
house.
about how easy it was to get here this morning It was such an easy drive.
No,
Piece of cake.
not for you all, but Mr. Reed over there, he
You
had a
live
nice
around the corner?
Took me 11 minutes.
11
Oh.
minutes.
It took
Lovely.
Harry and I longer than that, but it was a very
It
easy
was
drive.
So easy.
Scoping
Yeah.
out
I
offices.
feel a lot of
in here.
sarcasm.
No, it was.
No,
it was very
wasn't.
easy.
I'm totally
there you
serious.
go.
It was great.
Well,
We were-
good.
It was so easy for us.
I love it here.
What's
I left it
what's
just the
shaking
right
with
time.
Cardinal Title Group, guys?
So Wendy stole our thunder a little bit.
Oh,
She mentioned last Friday she talked about two individuals in positions that we don't often talk about but are very important to the success of our company. Last Friday, I think Sean and Jill Judge weren't here. I think they stepped out, but they had a closing. I think it was at 4 o'clock. And for reasons outside of everyone's control, or at least everyone in this building,
Meaning the lender that was screwing
I-
up.
Just for
not
the
Liz
record-
and First
no,
Heritage.
it certainly
and just
wasn't
for the record,
First
they
Heritage.
didn't step out of the closing. They stepped out of our sales meeting right now, Jill and Sean. Yeah.
Right.
Yes, they stepped out of the sales meeting.
Right.
Around the corner,
thought
they
that
were
was
at closing,
obvious, but
yes.
okay. So the closing, I think, was at 4, and long story short, it ended at about 8:30.
Oh, wow.
And two people, Sultan has already been mentioned, and Scott has already been mentioned. But let me first talk about Sultan. He goes above and beyond to help Cardinal. I know to help everyone in this building and outside of it. And without people like him, I can't say enough good things about him. And
Sultan
what-
didn't know it was going to be a love fest.
What?
on
I know.
every show.
Sultan
It
says,
really is.
and I'm coming back tomorrow.
Sultan's blushing back there and everything, man.
Sultan is one of a kind.
Scott was the settlement agent who stepped up and did the closing. He doesn't often do closings, but he does for certain, VIP clients and things like that. But right. So he was mentioning. I'll talk about Scott in a second. But he was mentioning how most admins they're there and
Well,
they all do a great job.
No, but when
they,
the clock hits time to go,
right, and
most are.
we're not asking
Yeah.
them to stay until 8:30, but Scott literally said that Sultan wouldn't leave. He kept saying, "I'm not leaving until you do. Whatever I need to do, I will stay here." And as far as I know, he left when Scott left, which was pushing 9 o'clock on a Friday night. I'm sure both of them had other things
Other
to do.
things that they would have preferred to do on a Friday night at 9 o'clock.
But it was a Maryland closing, and there were a lot of things going on. Bruce was on the phone with me, and then working with them, and so. First, Sultan, I just want to thank you and everything that you do. We couldn't be more thankful for.
Kudos.
Yay,
For you.
Sultan.
But then Scott is our development and expansion manager. But like I said, sometimes he helps with settlements. And for people like in his shoes, our success, we can be as great of a title company when people like him and Sultan step up and stay and do the closings. A lot of title companies will say, 6, 7 p.m., the docs aren't coming. We have to push this to Monday, and they just kind of wash their hands of it and deal with it Monday, which, you're in your right to do, but sometimes going above and beyond makes that difference to the clients. And, if you
And to you, the agent.
right, and to you and the agent, it makes everyone look good. And so I just wanted to thank Scott as well, but both of them for what they did Friday night.
God. And the other piece to the puzzle, Angela Del Rio, the processor,
Correct.
she stayed there all night too in Gaithersburg, making sure everything got done. So we are so thankful. You guys are a spectacular team, and we are just so grateful to work with such awesome people. Sultan, I don't have enough words to say how spectacular you are. Thank you for everything.
Yeah, I might be asking for your resume in a little while.
Jeez Louise. Man. Sultan's going to be the COO before we get out of here today.
So
What else is shaking with Cardinal, guys?
that's really all we had. I thought it was going to be a great idea, but Wendy obviously stole our
Wendy
thunder.
stole my thunder.
But it was good.
The
Yes.
fact that we both wanted to talk about it shows how great of an experience and
absolutely.
how much they all went above and beyond.
Things are
So
still good with Cardinal, rock and rolling.
things are good.
Rock and
plugging
In
roll.
all
along.
the offices. We really appreciate all the continued support.
Just another, can't harp on it enough, wire fraud. Make sure you're
Yes.
talking to your clients. Make sure you're letting your clients know. Don't just send the wire fraud form over and tell them to click. Make sure you physically have the conversation about never wiring money into an email, that it's going to come through the secure portal of Qualia. If they have any questions, tell them to reach out to you as the agent. Tell them to reach out to their processor. Do not respond to the phone number on the email that says, if you have any questions, call me, because I'm pretty sure it's not going to be right. Make sure that you're having those conversations just to protect your client's money.
They happen every day. I got
Every
an email
day.
this morning that tried to look like it was from Microsoft saying, we
Yes.
see that you want to cancel the Donnie Sampson at SampsonProperties.net email. If this wasn't you, click here.
I got
It's
one 2
clearly
days ago.
not.
Yeah.
it's real, but they want me to click there, put in your password. Then what are they gonna do? They're gonna compromise my email.
Right.
Just don't click on anything that looks weird ever. Okay.
Yeah. Just be really careful about wires. I know we say it every meeting, but you can't be careful enough. And when you're talking to your client, it's different than us talking to your client. You've been working with them for months. They trust you. You can underscore the importance. We're going to tell them all kinds of stuff about wire fraud too, but we need your help so they can hear about it from everybody and be on guard, because it is everywhere. It happens like 3 times a week. So it's really, really common and something we all need to fight together.
Any questions for Miss Lindsay and Mr. Hubbard while we have them in attendance here? Uh-oh, Miss Dean's raising her hand. Oh, hold on 1 second.
We need a mic.
Do we have
your
these
mic?
up too?
One of the
They
things I'll
can't
say
hear you on
too,
TV,
while we're getting the mic to Wendy, is make sure that if you get an email that looks suspicious, don't forward it on to someone and say, here, can you act on that? Or here, take care of this. Like, make sure you're doing a little due diligence with that email as well. We're getting hit inside of Samson just as hard as we get hit outside of into the Cardinal, into the title group. So make sure that you are not unawareingly participating by just forwarding messages around.
That's not a word.
Unawareingly? Of course
No.
it is. It is
Nope,
now,
nope.
girlfriend. It is now.
I'm going to call you out when you make up some stuff. Miss Wendy.
Well, I'm going to say something relevant, but I was just going to make a joke and ask Donnie how many CVS cards he'd
Yes.
been receiving, because I still have agents
A lot.
once a week who are like,
Yes, we are
I
not
got this
asking
from
for-
Donnie.
Times are tough. When I send it out, please give me gift cards, okay?
Well, and I have to laugh to that
My
point.
kids need to eat. Give me some gift cards.
I have to point. I've now gotten to the point when I send an email and I need a favor, I will email the agent and say, I need a huge favor from you, and no, I don't need any gift cards. Like, please call me because I need this, the other. People are like, oh, I knew it was you because you said you didn't need any gift cards. So we don't need gift cards.
So now I'll say something relevant because I feel like I have to, because you gave me this. But I was just going to make a point that, talking about working with the title company, please also understand, though, they can't do everything for you, and you have your own separate fiduciary duty. A big thing that I've seen, not just here, but over brokerages, people don't track the EMD. They don't know if it went to Cardinal, and then maybe it bounces and gets sent back, and then lo and behold, you're at 2 days to settlement, no EMD, and everybody's mad at Cardinal. It's really, as an agent, I tell people, look at the date that it's supposed to be in, make sure, whether it's with Sampson or with Cardinal, that it actually was received. And if it wasn't a wire or a cashier's check, then please follow up 72 hours later and make sure that it actually funded. Yes, they are going to do their best to let you know if something bounced, etc. But ultimately, it's you and your service and what you owe your client. So please, whether you're on the buyer or the seller side, make sure you know where the money is.
And that's one of the reasons why we love Zocum, right? You can tell your clients to download the Zocum. They can pick whether or not it goes to Sampson or Cardinal. Remember, we do want it held at Sampson versus Cardinal Title. But if it's a non-Sampson agent, in some cases, like I'm on the listing side, I'm getting the buyer side to come to us, they may end up writing it to Cardinal because they don't feel comfortable writing it to Sampson because it's not their brokerage. So we see that. But Zocum is for Cardinal and Sampson. You pick the right icon, and then you will get that notice. Encourage the clients on the other side that they have Zocum. They don't have to run and deliver a check. You've got that app that you can use right from your phone.
So she just hit on something inadvertently that is a tip. So she's got her listing, and Sarah wants to get the listing to come to Cardinal Title Group like some of our rock stars at the beginning. I said, if you put in there EMD to Cardinal Title Group, whether it's in your counter or you have them send it to the title company, it very much minimizes the chance that they're going to switch on you and go to ABC Title after the fact. Because we know the buyer can always switch, right? Because they have that right. Well, if the EMD sit with Cardinal and the contract sit with Cardinal, it's a lot harder lift for them to be like, no, we're going to switch everything to ABC Title later and then come in there and try to switch the EMD and all that. So I know the Cardinal doesn't love to hold EMDs because we like there's a better for our buyers if they're at Sampson. But if it's your listing, encourage it to go to Cardinal because then we've got a much better chance of holding that deal if they've got to take the EMD and everything and go to another title company. Right. They're not going to go all that hassle. They're just going to keep it where it's at.
Absolutely. The benefits really outweigh it in that situation. Definitely.
The Beans were big on that. They got caught in one on the other side, and they were like, oh, that's smart. We're doing that from now on. We got to make sure the EMD's there, too, because then the buyers aren't going to – they're much less likely to move the closing after the ratification.
And one of the things I found, too, is when you tell the other agent, hey, look, we really prefer to work with Cardinal, and here's why. The sellers have used them in the past. They're a good, solid title company. There's 33 locations you can close at. They have Zocum. They don't have to go deliver. They can deliver it straight from their kitchen table, the EMD. All of those things, it helps the agents feel a little bit more comfortable that they don't have to go to any extra work. to be able to use our
Well,
title company.
well, then
and
we
that's the
had,
holder.
and then we had, and I don't want to blow him up too bad, but Desiree, one of our great agents, Desiree Rigelli, was emailing Carrie and I this week, and she had a listing, couldn't get it to go to Cardinal. The buyer had to go to their place. Well, they didn't use Qualia as a brokerage. Their seller ends up sending wiring instructions through. It gets compromised, and their seller's got money going the wrong place and losing all, or the wire instructions were crossed in the, so they didn't use Qualia. So that seller, now I think we're going to she'll hopefully be okay and be able to retrieve that and get the money sent to the right place. But the payoffs and everything were sent to the wrong place because they didn't use Qualia. They didn't invest in this secure software. Desiree was like begging, he's like, I'm going to do whatever I can in the future, even on my listing side, because now my seller's at risk of losing thousands and thousands of dollars.
And I think that's a great point too. If you're not, I mean, look, not everybody can always close at Cardinal as much as we'd love to. But if you're working with a title company and they do not have a secure portal, and there's only a few of them, and you will know their names, then you should not be working with that title company. You are asking for problems. So make sure that your title company has, or whatever organization you're working with has that secure portal.
If you're stuck in that spot as an agent and you couldn't change it, make sure your client's on super high alert whenever they're sending those loan instructions, those wiring instructions for either their bank or for themselves, and it's not getting intercepted and whatever. Make sure that you want to make sure when that thing goes to closing, they have the correct wiring instructions so that none of that money's getting sent to the wrong place. If your seller is in a situation where you're at a title company that you couldn't control for whatever reason.
Yeah, in this situation, they gave wiring instructions at closing, and the title company let them change wiring instructions after closing.
Woo!
So the title company sent it to the fraudulent account because they let them change after closing on an email in a non-secure portal. Well, that was brilliant.
Yeah, wonderful job by the title company. Yes, ma'am.
I apologize if this is just a new agent question, but I actually did put in an offer, and the listing agent said that she would kick back Sampson as holding the MD, but was okay if we put Cardinal in there.
Look, and that's fine.
Can you
We just
explain,
prefer-
like, how
yeah.
that process works, and so I can
So as a
better
brokerage
explain
firm,
why we do it the way we do it?
yeah, as a brokerage firm, and it's our buyer, we don't have the same responsibilities of being contract neutral as Cardinal or another title company.
It's for the EMD release.
So, yes.
If
so
there were a problem.
Just in case.
If the buyer defaults for whatever reason, we can cancel the contract, and if the buyer is due back that money or not, we can make the determination based on the clauses. Mike can serve a series of demand letters to say, here's what our plan is. And if we don't have some kind of like red flag going off saying, no, I don't agree to this, then we can issue the money back to the party that the money's due. When it goes to a title company, they have a fiduciary responsibility to respect the contract and not be on either side and be able to make that determination. So without an agreement between the two parties or a court order, they either have to hold the money or they have to give it to the state, interplead it back to the state for the state to say, here's who I think the money goes to.
They've got money sitting in, almost every title company in America has money sitting there, EMDs that have been there for years.
For years because people couldn't
Because
agree.
people can't both sign off on the release, and until it goes to court and pushed out, it's just sitting there. Whereas a brokerage firm can initiate that.
For a decade at times. Yeah.
So that's really the main reason. It becomes easier to get that money back for your buyer if that's the problem. Now, obviously, we hope it's never a problem. The deal
Right.
goes through.
Yeah.
But that is why. We do probably a couple of those a month, possibly, that we have to
Yeah,
discuss.
we're happy to hold it. You know, it's not a problem for us to hold it. It's just preferable for Samson. But if you're in a situation, we're happy to hold it. You can always put Cardinal in there as well.
And I would not argue if
No, not worth
they
it.
came back
Not
and they
worth
said,
it.
hey, look, this isn't our brokerage. We don't want Samson. We want it to go to the title company instead. That is totally okay. And there's a lot of brokerage firms out there that don't even have escrow accounts for their EMDs. They
They're-
don't even want to
yeah.
fool with it.
They're-
Right.
They're doing that. I won't get on.
Just let it go.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm going to be good today.
We're going to get him off that soapbox. Does that answer your question? Perfect. Any other questions? Yes, Mr. Briggs. Would you like a mic? Can you pass that back to Mike, please?
Oh.
So I like
Mic on the mic.
I like adding this in. It's this
Mike, can you
escrow
sit down
issue
because they're staring
No,
at you?
is not this.
I want you to walk right up to the camera.
The
How you doing?
so the EMDs
Yes.
EMDs to
Makes
Samson,
me so happy.
not rent back security deposits.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. Correct.
Not your rent back security
Rent back
deposits.
security deposits. All jokes aside.
No
I'm joking about the
escrows
camera,
that are
but he's got a
related.
great point. The
There-
rent backs and security deposits
We
should.
are not holding. Your title company needs to hold.
What is so funny, people?
Yes.
Come on.
Mike's,
I get an
Mike's
applause.
working it now.
I'm now a celebrity up here on
Yeah.
the camera.
So, and now we
For
will
real,
never
for
get
real.
that mic out of Mike's hand. But Mike brings up a fantastic point. We are not holding. Samson is not holding rent-back security deposits. If it's
Or
part of
repair escrows?
Yes, it is part of the transaction. It needs to be settled out at the title company. It needs to be reflected appropriately on the ALTA. That is part of the title function. Do not ask Sampson Properties to hold your escrows for repairs. Do not ask us to hold your security deposits. We will not hold them. In fact, I emailed that quite often, and I still have people trying. Stop doing that. Yes.
Real quick, I'd also like to recognize Steve Carlozzi, our
Hello, Mr. Steve Carlozzi.
That's my man.
So I'm sure you all know him, and he's our settlement agent also that covers this area. He's based out of Tyson's, but he's wonderful as well. Those of you that have worked with him, I'm sure.
He's the dapper closer.
Yeah, look.
Yeah, right.
Cash,
Yeah,
please.
he's slipping a 20 for all those accolades. Yes.
But he joined us February, and so he's been an amazing addition for covering this area, doing a great job with settlements. So I also wanted to thank him and recognize him real quick.
Does a
snuck in
great
a
job.
Fantastic. Yes.
He does a great job, and he's very handsome. So
Yes.
it's a double.
And he's very handsome.
See, I'll take cash too, Steve.
That's
All
hilarious.
right. Any other questions for Reed and Carrie before we let them off the limelight? Mike's going to take over in a
They're
second.
off the hook. Thank you.
Thank you, Reed and Carrie and
Thank
Cardinal
y'all.
Title Group.
Have a good day.
Who's coming up? Miss Liz, are you coming up? It's Miss Liz McElroy from First Heritage Mortgage, who we're excited to have up here. How are you? Good.
Good. Happy Wednesday.
Hello.
So I wanted to talk about two things today.
I like two things.
The first thing, well, let me introduce myself.
Yes.
My name is Liz McElroy Filan. I'm a loan officer at First Heritage Mortgage.
And Katie said
She's
the
the
bomb.
bomb.com. Yeah, the bomb.com.
So the first thing, the question on everyone's mind today, what impact does the Federal Reserve increasing by 3/4 of a point? That's what we're supposing they'll do this afternoon. They're going to release their statement at 2 p.m. today. And what they have said previously is they're going to increase the short-term overnight lending rate by 3/4 of a point. Tell your clients this is not a mortgage rate increase. The Federal Reserve does not control mortgage rates. They've already announced this increase. It's already built into the market. Will things change, go up and down? Yes, they will. Rates are going up because of inflation. What the Federal Reserve is doing is they're increasing their overnight lending rates to financial institutions to try to stem inflation. So there's a short and sweet, like Wendy said, call me. If you don't know, I'll give you a short and sweet answer. Write it down. It's perfect. That's something you should be saying to your clients. Hey, let me give you a little bit of information about what's going on this week or today or whatever the case is.
What do we anticipate that doing to rates, if anything?
So today, probably nothing, unless they decide to change it. You know, there's no promise that it was going to be 3/4 of a point. If it is higher, that may impact the markets slightly.
But like you said, they've already been built in.
They've
because
already
all the lenders have been
anticipated this.
anticipating this.
Yeah, so it's already been anticipated.
Marry the house, date the rate.
Yes, exactly. So, you know, the one thing to remember, what is the Federal Reserve increasing the 3/4 of a point? What is that going to impact your purchasers? The only thing that's going to impact them directly is their equity lines. If they have an equity line on their current home, that's the only thing that's going to impact them directly by the federal government increasing the overnight lending rates. Credit card rates as well are going to go up.
Is that the same rate that adjusts ARM rates when they come due?
No,
That's the
no,
different, that's LIBOR
that's
rate.
correct. That's going to be
Just
a different
making
rate.
sure for you all, I knew the
Yes.
answer. See how I said LIBOR rate quickly? I know. I'm an ARM guy over here.
So another thing that Wendy Dean had also mentioned, as well as Sarah and Donnie have mentioned, is becoming the professional you need to be. 2023 is going to be a completely different market. You need to
We're
be.
already talking about 2023.
I know, but we have to.
It's almost Christmas.
Today's the last day of summer.
I know.
Yeah, I
Feels
said
like-
this morning, y'all can
feels
pull
like
out
fall
your
already.
pumpkin spice. I've been saying up on it, y'all put that pumpkin spice crap down and keep your margaritas up. Yes. But today is the day.
You were really just focused on getting out the margaritas part of that sentence. Go ahead, Liz. We steamrolled you there, sorry. We tend to do that.
We do that.
So, in support of our Sampson Properties partners, my brother Rob McElroy and myself are starting a series of classes.
Yes.
And it's a
Yes.
business planning / become the professional you want to be in
Yeah, I like
2023.
that.
Love it.
we're not going to sit down and say, okay, you have to do X, Y, and Z. All we're going to do is give you as much information from different realtors we've worked with over the years. I mean, I've been in the business for, my son's 24, 23 years.
No.
So
You're not that old, Liz.
I know, right?
You have a 24-year-old?
I know. And he's married, too, like crazy. So
I just turned 28 myself.
Oh.
Still holding it 29.
The gray hair is not making that hold up.
You're going to eventually being able to stop doing that. Unless you want to go my route and use a box.
She's talking about the coloring. Well, it took Melissa a second for that one. All right.
Well, Melissa's also the one that doesn't know what Reader's Digest version
So
means.
in your 23-year-olds.
Yeah.
Then we got to with the.
So the one thing, and my brother and I have 50 years experience between the two of us, and we have worked with some tremendously successful realtors. And what we want to do is pass on the information. We know how they work. We know the ones that are super successful, what they're doing on a day-to-day basis. Give you. Here's a list of 25 things you want to do during the contract process. Be that professional that you want your clients to see. It's gonna propel your business forward. Working with the listing agent as well, being an extreme professional, whether you're the listing agent or the selling agent. Realtors, it will become, as Wendy had, I'm gonna reference Wendy, because as Wendy had referenced, it's going to become a contracted group of people, and you do become familiar with the people in your area.
And everybody knows everyone.
Everybody
and
does
they know who's good
everyone.
and who's bad.
Yes.
And they want to work with people who are good.
Exactly. So that's what we want to do is give you as much information as possible so you can adjust and shift and swing the way you need to. So we're going to start. The first class is going to be in the Tyson's office. At 11:30 next week, actually next Wednesday.
So Liz will get that information over to Melissa, and we'll get all of that loaded into the Cardinal Nest calendar on the left-hand nav bar, so you can take a look and see what classes are offered.
Yeah, for sure.
And we'll continue to mention those every week in our Friday updates that I send out, and the stuff that sits on the Nest. Pay attention to that stuff. We're always adding great stuff, and that's what we were talking about earlier. Wendy hit on with education. Look, educate yourselves. Instead of sitting around being like, oh, there's no business, get in and figure out how I should better plan my business. How can I dive under these rocks? Take Lynn's classes. Take the good stuff with First Heritage Liz and Rob are offering. All this great stuff helps you. If you take an hour class and you get 3 or 4 great things from it, they're going to launch you into new ideas and new energy going forward. So thank you, Liz.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we want to help you all be as successful as you can be.
Awesome.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Any questions for, Scott's got a hand up there. Where's our other mic?
Mike's right here. I got it.
Sarah, throw it. Throw it,
Let's
Sarah.
don't throw it.
I want to say something. I'm going to age myself, though.
Oh, my.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to age
Are
myself.
you also been in the business 23 years?
Are you also 29 and holding?
I just want to say, I've been in the business for 37 years. This is really going to age me. When I first got in the business, one of the first people I met was Dad.
My dad.
Oh,
So-
wow. Family business.
Yeah.
And I've been doing
So cute.
business
So
with
wholesome.
these guys for a long time, and my wife in the title business been in business a long time. We've done business with Liz and Rob and Mike for as many years as I can remember. You're not going to find a better lender. Amen. You're not going to find somebody that's more responsive. Amen. I have 2 people that I recommend most times, and one of them just happens to be a fraternity brother, and then Liz. So take advantage of Liz. Take advantage. Go
The
to that
fraternity
class
brother
next
because
week.
he's friends. Liz because they're actually good at their job.
But that class next week is going to be really good. I encourage you to do that because I think the theme today is
Get better.
the people that are going to work through this tough market. We're going to be here in the spring and we're going to be successful and everybody's going to go. Okay, so just do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's my rah-rah today.
And Scott's lifting some weights up.
And thank you for your support of Cardinal. That really means so much to us. I wanted to, we say it all the time. I really do mean it too. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks,
All
Scott.
right. Thank you, Mr. Lee. All right.
Oh, there you go.
Katie V is
Katie's
saying her
yelling that her
clients
clients love
Liz.
Liz. I'm going to double mic this one and this
Oh
one.
my God, let's don't.
Any questions for Miss McElroy here, Filan, before we let her leave the stage?
All right, thanks,
Thank you, Liz. Oh,
Thank
we
you.
got one
Oh,
up here. Late hand. Late hand.
Late hand, I didn't see
We'll
it.
allow it.
Okay, so
Flag on the play.
so far I've got chance to work once, I think, with First Heritage, which was a great transaction. my client was happy too.
Oh, good.
So
That's always good.
yeah, so
Yes.
I've done dozens. They're
so
fantastic.
lot of lenders now, they do have different programs. Some of the lenders, they do have even 2 grants available for those first-time home buyers.
Yeah.
Do the First Heritage has those grants
We
programs?
do. We do. We have numerous grants. The one thing we always have, the first question is they are typically income derived. So a lot of times in this area, the problem we run into is people make too much money a lot of times. Which is, it's good and bad when you're
Yeah.
a first-time home buyer and you're
And
right
you're
at
trying
the
to
cusp.
get in. Yeah.
Yeah, it really stinks. So that's the one thing in this area. We do offer, several grants.
And there's tons of grants in the Maryland, D.C., Virginia markets that
Yeah.
are state and federally driven, and they of course have access to all those as
Now,
well.
Yeah.
But
First
again,
Heritage
that
has
income's
access to all this. The best thing to do, because it changes so much, we got into this a little bit last week in
Yeah.
Maryland, and everybody's, if this, then this. Look, everybody's scenario is different.
Right.
And
and their
the
clients.
best thing to do is to get with them with a great loan officer like this. If they were to get with Liz, and she'll go over all the different options that are, we make too much for this, but maybe we can fit you into here, or maybe this thing's available, and that's the best thing to do, is because we can't possibly, as realtors, that's what we do every day, know every grant, every
Right.
program available.
It's
But
their
if you
job to
get
put the
them
pieces in the puzzle.
with a great loan officer, she's going to find the best solution. There are all these great First Heritage loan officers. They're going to find, okay, well, these are some blocks you can get in. Here's some estimates. We can do this for you. So that's my best advice. Is they've got everything that's out there, and they'll take great care of finding the right product for your person.
If their lender pissed them off, Liz will clean it up.
Yeah.
And Katie said if their lender pissed them off, Liz will clean it up.
That is off, right? Since you're like beating on it.
Is that I turned it off?
Oh, okay, just
I'm
checking.
smart.
He's sitting there beating on it. I'm like, oh, the people.
I
at home are
turned it
loving
off
him.
before I beat it. This is not my first This is not my first rodeo with mics and sales meetings. Bethany, you stop it. Let's move it on.
We're moving on. So, any other
my
questions for
goodness.
Liz?
Goodbye, Liz.
Goodbye, Liz.
Bye, guys. Thanks so much.
Now that Donnie's beat red, moving right along.
No.
He matches his shirt.
All right, so I got to
Moving
go
on
back
now.
to
Go
this.
backwards.
So I skipped through a couple of these things, so I wanted to get to our great people. So
Yes.
ShowingTeam, I want to remind everybody about quickly. We're up to about 550 agents in this product, but we should have 2,000 agents in this.
This is a
I just saw
fantastic
Jan
free
Allen posted.
service.
Jan Allen posted something just while we were on stage up here, because I get notified all the time. There are tons of great opportunities in here. Get in this. Go into the Android, whatever that is, your store, your Google
Play Store,
or
Google
whatever.
Play Store.
Google Play Store or the Apple, the App Store. Get in there, download ShowingTeam. Sampson 100, no space is our broker code. If we have 2,000 agents in this app, it's so powerful to be able to use each other's help to find these things. We're going to
one of the
open
great
houses,
things about-
showings, great stuff covered by each other very quickly.
Yeah, and one of the great things about being as large as we are is having the resources of all of our people. We're not operating on an island to ourselves. We all have soccer games we want to get to, or meals out with friends, or family obligations. This allows us to leverage all of the people in our work area without having to sit there and text everybody individually to say, can you show a property for me at 3 o'clock because I've got an emergency? Can you do an open house for me on Friday? I went in, downloaded it. I was looking. I am very particular about my open houses. I do not want someone misrepresenting me and the professionalism that I would give to a client. And I'm very cautious, so I have a short list of people that I typically ask to do my open houses. They were not available, none of them on a holiday weekend, so fancy that. So then I started going to other trusted members, and their people weren't available either. So Donnie goes, hello, use the app. And I tested it, and it literally within 5 minutes, I put on there a open house for Friday night. I put on an open house for Saturday, an open house for Sunday. All 3 of them were picked up just like that. I was able to communicate with the agents, set the expectations. They were communicating with me after to let me know how it went. It was a fantastic tool to be able to take that off my plate so that I didn't have to worry about it or spend the next 20 minutes trying to find someone that I may or may not know that works and lives in that area. So it was a great tool.
As a side note, they're running a contest on their Facebook page. So if you go to the ShowingTeam Facebook page, like the page, watch the training video, but suggest another Sampson Realtor, tag another Sampson Realtor on there that you think should download the app. They're going to put you into a draw, and they're going to pull a $100 gift card at the end of September here next week. So get in there, share it with each other. Bethany has already put 25 people on there because she's really wants a lot of chances at that gift card.
I want that gift card.
No, yes.
Oh, well played.
Touche.
Well played. Well played.
Beth Ann asked if she needs to send the gift card to me when they won. So
Well
yes.
played, Beth Ann.
I'm
well
the gift
played.
card king.
Yes.
Nice job. Touche. But whoa, what happened? Did you restart it? Did I restart it?
You're just sitting there just a clock.
When I leaned over, did that happen? Oh, sorry. All right, so we're quickly getting back to where we were in the slides. So Home Visit, I want to remind everybody about this great deal we have with Home Visit. They did 2 seminars in the last week. If you weren't able to get in, that's fine. There's some context you can get there. But remember, all the information is on the card on S. But Home Visit, we have great discounts, 25 to 50% off on great pictures, Matterports, floor plans, Fusion, videos, all this great stuff. Drone videos. Lots of great discounts.
And
you can see all the slashes and the new prices.
Tons of our agents were already using this service. We went out to find the different photography companies that had the good, professional, high-level, high-quality work. We looked at Home Visit. We had tons of our agents were already using them, and we were able to leverage the 5,500 agents to get you guys a better deal on this photography. So you do not have to use them, but it just saves you money. And if you're an agent that you say, hey, look, this is my budget that I set forth on all of my listings, the discounted prices may allow you to add a floor plan or add a video that you wouldn't have otherwise done in the past, or it may just save you a little bit of coin if these are things you already do.
And at a time when listings may sit, they're not selling in 2 days, right? They might be a couple weeks.
So important.
Make sure it looks great, because it's not just how well you sell that house. It's how you're presenting yourself as a listing agent to everybody.
Yes.
Building a successful business is doing everything right all the time, because you don't know who's watching. That's when you get the referrals from that client, when you get the other people to call you, because they see what a fantastic job you do listing a home to begin with.
And I know, look, guys, I love pictures. I love taking pictures. I love using my phone. I take 1 million pictures and post them all over Facebook. But the quality...
We had noticed.
But the quality of those pictures for the phone, whereas it looks good when you're in a phone environment, it does not look good when it's printed. It does not look good when it's blown up. It looks pixelated, it looks blurry, it looks dull. Professional photography is a must. So get away from your cell phones, get away from your 35 millimeter point and shoots. And I saw somebody the other day saying they were taking film to be developed. Get into this world.
That's not real.
That was real.
You
I was
made
like,
that up.
Develop really? Like you're developing your own because that's a hobby, or you're using the little doofloppy? But anyway,
that's
professional.
Like a kid with like a
so
teenager
real.
with
I'm not kidding you. So point is, professional photography. This is a way we all know it's important. Again, this is just to help you guys out a little bit with the cost.
So we've been mentioning this at all of our sales meetings. Just to remind everybody, Aladdin's in the back there, our great commercial broker here. So Aladdin we've got a great commercial brat. He's waving to the crowd. Want to make sure you know we have this great resource. He does Q&As and sessions every Monday morning, which we remind everybody about. But Aladdin's here. If you're afraid of commercial, don't be afraid. Either jump in and partner with Aladdin, we'll help teach you, or refer it to somebody in commercial, and don't turn away that commission.
Right.
So we've got great resources here at Sampson to help you through that.
Absolutely. And if you have questions, do not call me. Do not call Mike Briggs. Call Aladdin.
We're just going to tell you to call Aladdin.
Call Aladdin.
Sampson Property Management, we have a fantastic department. Jeff and Beth have been going around to all the offices and meeting people, really encouraging. Everybody's like, I've heard people just last week, I see you've added property management.
No, we've always
had it for 15 years. We're just now publicizing it for the first time, which is finally good on us. But they do a great job. We have about 250 properties, houses that we're managing
Maryland,
now.
Virginia, D.C., commercial and residential property management, so important. And again, great because they're the ones interfacing with your client. They're the ones that are building that great relationship and furthering your name and your relationship with that client. If you have to turn them over to a third-party property manager, I can promise you that property manager at XYZ company is also an agent, or they also have their preferred agent they're working with. So the minute you turn over a property management...
I haven't done a lot with XYZ. Are they good?
Yeah, they're good.
Okay.
Real good.
Better than ABC.
Right,
It's a good point.
Absolutely.
ABC shady.
ABC shady. But the point is, though, is that relationship, if they're talking every day, every month, I can promise you we're not talking every day and every month to those clients, right? So that relationship's going to migrate away over time. But here inside of Sampson Properties with our property management department, they're communicating with you. They're letting you know, hey, the seller's talking about selling. Hey, the seller's asking me for price. Hey, the seller's looking to re-rent because the buyer's leaving. You're in the know and you're looped in, and they're telling you to reach out and touch those people so that you're continuing to keep them in your pipeline. So very, very, very important. And that agent will not. The property management people will not touch your clients unless You say, yeah, I don't have time to do this deal. Can you just do it and give me a referral? Then they will. But otherwise, that deal belongs to you.
So I'm not going to harp a lot on this because we know some of it's ugly. But when you go to the Cardinal Nest, top resources, click on the top left-hand link that says top resources. All the market reports for your local markets are there. These are all the August market reports. So this is the whole DC area. We have the whole DC area in there, and I like to show this one because it's everybody encompassing, not just in the individual associations. You can see that new listings were 885, down 11% from last August, which was 997, which isn't a ton, but we're down a bit from July, and that's normal. But I do think September numbers are up. I look at the Bright reports every week, and our listings and showings are definitely up week by week in September. But these are all of August numbers. New pendings are down. Closed sales are down a good bit. Obviously, we're kind of aware of that. That information is not new to us. But here's a summary of all the biggest associations around. We can see that our information from last August, we're down a good bit in new listings. That means that we need to get out there and get those listings up.
Over 30% for those of you that cannot see it.
For NVAR, it's down 30% year over year for August to August. Now, I do think September's seen an upclick and uptick, both of those things.
Both of those things came in September.
Our new pendings and our new contracts are down, and our closed sales. I mean, you see all of these numbers in the 20 and 30% range. I don't want to depress, say, oh, we're down 25 and 30%. But what I want you guys to do is realize this. Look, if your business has been a little slower than you want, it's normal. Don't get too bad on yourself. There's less out there. What does that mean? The mantra of today is roll your sleeves up and learn. Get in, do stuff new. Don't be, woe is me, 25% down. Look, some people are out of it. There's still all the business out there for you. There's still hundreds of people buying and selling homes. We just have to roll up our sleeves, have that positive message out to our potential buyers and sellers, and show them why we should be the great agent to help them in this goal. There are still people buying and selling every single day for different reasons. So
and you don't have to spend a lot of money. And that's what I keep telling people. Everybody's like, well, I need to spend money on leads. No, you don't. Pick up the phone and call the people you know. Have a conversation. Say hello to your neighbors. Stop in at the school and say hello to the people at the front desk when you're picking up your kid. When you're dropping off your clothes at the dry cleaner, say hello. Have conversations, engage with people. It's the quickest, cheapest, lowest hanging fruit in your business are the people that you already know and the people you've sold to before. Have the conversation. Quick and easy. Run a CMA of their current property. Call them and say, hey, market's crazy. It's volatile. I know you're hearing on the news all the different things that are going on in the market. Can I meet you for a quick cup of coffee? I'm going to tell you what your house is worth. You're not selling. You're providing a value. Pick up the phone and call your people. Don't sit there and hold your hands out and wait for it to fall from the sky because it ain't coming.
Well,
call people.
And here's the thing that I would tell you as well is that some people do believe, no, I don't think the prices are going to drop tremendously. I think most people are dropping prices right now because people
they overpriced it to start with.
Over aggressively, right? So we see a large percentage of listings have had to drop the price because their first price was too high. But there are a large percentage of people out there, or a decent percentage, that think we might be at the top of what this market is and we might see some price reductions. Now, I'm not of that opinion, but if that's the case, then I want to be reaching out. I would write 5 CMAs a day or 5 market snapshots and send them to past clients. I would be the person that spends an hour every day reaching out to past clients, letting them know how much I think their house is worth. Can you believe you have this much equity in your home? Look, if there are people that are like, you know what, I was on the fence, maybe this thing is going to drop over the next 6 months, maybe we should sell now in September, October, when it's still, nice weather, we got good buyers out there, there's action out there. I'm not saying have the message that you better sell now, price is going to drop 30 grand, but if there are people that are on the fence or a little skittish about that, get out there, be the person that lists their home. Don't just sit around and wait for the business to fall from the sky. Be proactive.
The other piece of that is please price appropriately. If you don't know how to price, watch Casey's master class on how to price properties. It's fantastic, and how to use predictive analysis to be able to price properties. It's a fantastic class if you don't know how to do it. But if you are running CMAs, do not run, because we are notorious as agents to say, we're going to run the last 6 months, or we're going to run the last year. And that encompasses a market that we have not seen in 6 months. So then, as human nature, clients look at it and go, well, that house down the street's crap. Mine's Taj Mahal. They got $950. I want $1 million.
They focus on the one that sold for $800 in April when they should be focused on the one that's selling right now for $725.
So cut your data. Be prepared to speak to, this was the original list price. This was a blip in time. Yes, this was an unrealistic, unsustainable amount that only happened in that blip. Here's what's happened since then. Here's your buyer pool. You've got to understand where the buyer pool is. It doesn't matter what that client wants to list that house for or how much better that client's house is than the house that sold in March right beside it. It matters where the buyer pool is right now and where they're willing to spend the money. Be prepared to speak to those numbers, because if not, you're setting yourself up for those conversations for them to go, well, you told me I could get this out of my house, and you're using unrealistic numbers. So make sure you know what you're doing, or you're going to give yourself some heartache.
All right,
I will
so
be off my soapbox
some
now.
upcoming great stuff we have the next week. You all right?
I'm getting off my soapbox,
Okay.
sorry.
Is that
My
what,
blood pressure was going up. I'm like, "Ugh."
So next
Yeah.
Tuesday, Nancy Jacobs out of our McLean office is hosting this is Realtor Safety
Realtor
Awareness
Safety.
Month. So we're doing a Realtor Safety luncheon next Tuesday. There's going to be a class about Realtor Safety. Lunch is involved. They know that food attracts people. So we're going to host this at the McLean office next Tuesday. I want to make you guys aware of that. We've also posted on the Nest and all that kind of stuff as
Yes.
well. So next Tuesday at McLean. This is the one I want to spend a minute on. October 18th. If you're watching at home or you're here, get it out and put it in your calendar now. You've got a month's notice. You can try to keep those couple hours clean. I want to see lots and lots of people at the Chantilly office for this. Jason Chepardek is super, look, we see his numbers. Jason is super, super smart, super engaging, and is a great speaker, and I could watch him speak all day. I saw him give a great listening presentation at Northern Virginia Top Real Producers thing, and it was fantastic. He had a crowd of 100 of the top realtors in the area, and they were all hanging on every word.
He's
He's
entertaining.
great.
You'll learn something.
You will not regret doing this. Top 4 ways to manage your time and winning with buyers in a complex market. He's going to tell you how he spends his time, the best 4 ways to spend your time. Most of us spend a lot of our day on stuff that really isn't that important. But when you're doing, his team did $20 million last month. You think he's spending a lot of time on stuff that doesn't matter? Probably not, right? He's going to talk about the ways that he manages time, the most important things that he's hitting in his day, and he's going to pivot into, because it's so important in today's market, he's adding a layer of winning buyers in today's complex market. So this is awesome. 11:30 to 1 o'clock. Everybody should be there in Chantilly, or maybe we'll try to arrange some watch parties at some of our other offices. Mm-hmm. But we get these top producers speaking. I want to see some people there. So I'm going to continue to emphasize this over the next couple weeks. But October 18th, 11:30 to 1. Circle in your calendar right now. Clear that off. I know it's on mine, because I want to learn what other great people in the market are saying every single day.
And a big, huge thank you to Jason, too, because, guys, he's taken time putting this class together for everybody. He's taken time driving to Chantilly. He's filming it. This is time he could be spending with his own clients earning a buck.
Yeah, probably not in the way top 4 ways for him to manage his time.
And he's not going to be earning a buck, pulling back the covers and teaching everybody what he does. But you will learn something and hopefully adjust your mindset just a little bit, because at the end of the day, we all really know what we're supposed to do, right? The reason we don't do what we're supposed to do is because we don't like it. We are avoiding eating the elephant. We are doing everything we can to avoid doing the things we don't want to do. Those are more important. Do those things first. Get in the right mindset.
So our marketing education days are super important. They're great ways to get to learn. Tomorrow, it's not up here. Tomorrow's Columbia, though, right? Columbia, Clarksville. Yes. We're in the Columbia office tomorrow, 9:22. Today's 9:21. Nailed it. So get out there. We're teaching branding classes and how to work better with print marketing, social media, Canva. Great stuff to be able to help you launch your marketing. If you're not sure how to do this stuff, come. They'll teach classes. The whole staff is there to do one-on-ones. Awesome stuff. We're bringing our staff out to all the different locations.
And that's important, guys. We want to come help you guys. We want to come to help everybody in the field offices. We want our staff in the field offices teaching you.
Show up.
You have to show up. It doesn't make sense for us to bring 4 and 5 people out if nobody shows up. So we're sending out these people to teach classes, to do one-on-ones through the rest of the year. We need that presence. We need you guys engaging. We need to make it worth the time for all of these people to get in the car and drive an hour and sometimes more to our field offices. We want to support you. We need you guys to engage.
So you see, after the festival, we've got Fredericksburg and Richmond in back-to-back weeks, back to Chantilly November 1st, and then Bowie, Fairfax, and Gainesville to close out the year as well. You might notice we did have to pull the Alexandria one. We'll revisit that in first quarter if you're aware of that. Jess, we may not have told you yet. But we need the staff to go up to... Okay.
Yes.
We'll get you back out there.
We'll get you back on the schedule.
It was on the same day as GBBR, so we
needed
needed some staff up there for that convention there. But some great opportunities to learn from our staff before the end of the year. It is not on here, but I'm going to put this on your calendars now because I saw 11/1 and it triggered me. November 3rd, Thursday the 3rd, we are doing our grand opening at our Charlestown, West Virginia office, which is awesome. So we're excited about that.
That's my dice rolling?
Yes.
If I sneak away?
Yes. It's afternoon. It's 2:30 to 5 o'clock grand opening. I'm going to do a lunch and learn in the office that day. So if you know anybody in that area that wants to learn about Sampson, we're going to do it. It's a beautiful office.
Are we sales meeting that morning?
No, it's the day after the sales meeting. The sales meeting will be the day that November 2nd, and actually they're going to do the Sampson day after that.
I had just booked myself some gambling time.
Yes.
Sales meeting, and then grand opening.
So lunch and learn, and then grand opening. It is right across the street from the casino, so if you'd like to go after that, have fun.
I am cheap, but I got $5.
We're not going to let we're not going to let Danny Sampson near because he'll definitely end up there. I'm just kidding. But if anybody's curious to see where we're at in West Virginia, we'll talk more about that.
Yes.
Justin and I went out and saw the office last week, took some pictures and videos, so that's exciting. We'll talk about that more in October. Some other great classes I want to hit here. One today at noon.
Yes.
We've talked a lot about Lynn today. She's just sitting back there just heaping the praise in.
So you got buyer class today.
Buyer consultations with Lynn today at 12 o'clock. If we ever get done here, stick around. We're going to live stream that. Justin will have that live. I'm going to go down the street, but Lynn's going to teach classes here about buyer consultations, how to handle that, and do a great job with that. Building your dream home with First Heritage in the Silver Spring office. That is like today, or that's the wrong date. That's today. Is this doing that weird Apple thing, right? That's fine. I'm going to read off my sheet because September 21st is today, so that's 12 to 2:30.
Oh, it is.
Is it showing up correct on video? Okay. So it's just our conversion from there to here that's messing up some of the numbers.
Don't pay attention to the slides up here.
Instagram Reels this afternoon with Brittany. KV Core Training, as always, with Lori. Our mastermind group tomorrow is the 0 to 2 million crew. We've got Real Estate Investment Club tomorrow, which is a great group that meets on Thursdays. I think I hit the wrong button here accidentally. Mortgage on Friday. We've got contract training, G-Car. I think that's with Kara about the new forms with G-Car.
It is, yes.
Friday morning, so jump in with that. Friday financing updates, normally with the great and wonderful Jerry Berry and our First Heritage crew. Sky Slope hours. Sampson orientation next Monday. So you guys teaching that in Tyson's office. So if you were newer to Sampson, you've probably gotten this from Bethany and Melissa and the crew, but Sampson orientation next Monday, 9:30 to 11:30 at the Tyson's office.
I would even say if you've been with Sampson for a while, but you have not watched an orientation, watch the orientation. As most of you know, we change things all the time. We are constantly adding new tools and resources, and the way we are structured to be able to help you sell and grow better in your business. So if it's been a while since you've had an orientation, I would recommend you visit.
Yes, because they get sad when people don't come. So you got to get out there. She's
very ugly.
Bethany has a very ugly, sad face. I'm going to leave the.
Leave that. Just
I'm
going
to leave the hanging joke.
Back on the
there.
train. Back on the train. Yes.
Commercial classes with Aladdin every Monday as well. Print marketing with Thomas on Monday afternoon. Resource refresher. We're going to be in the DC office next Tuesday. So resource refresher is when they bring in and they teach all the things, right? Sky Slope and KV Core. Some of the core things that we do here. Yes, we were here last week. That was when Bethany was out there changing tires. Right?
You changed the tire,
Was
really?
it Stephanie got a flat tire? No, oh, Melissa got a flat
tire.
Yes, there was stuff on Instagram of Bethany changing tires.
I did not see that. That's hilarious.
So resource refresher in DC next Tuesday. Orientation at the Chantilly office next Wednesday morning. So we got it Monday in Tyson's, Wednesday at Chantilly, whichever's convenient for you. And then a resource refresher in Bel Air on Thursday to close out the week as well.
And again, we always have our Sky Slope and KV Core videos. We have our Sky Slope and KV Core workshops every week. You have one-on-one appointments that you can do, but if you want to do it in a workshop hands-on session in an office, then our resource refreshers are great. So this is just an extra level way that we can teach you in a way that you might prefer to learn in an office near you.
Oh, I'm flossing. Sorry.
You're flossing.
So that's all the great classes we have. Now, just a reminder, every Friday we tape an update. It's all the great things going on at Sampson this week. A refresher on all the classes coming up next week. Try to keep it to 10 minutes. We send that out in an email every Friday afternoon. It sits on the nest. So if you just want that update on what the things are going on, that's a great place to go as well with the most updated information.
Yes.
Now we're going to close our sales meeting here in Arlington with all of our great closings.
They say they don't want us to leave. That's what I'm hearing.
There you go. You can stay. I got to go
stay all
speak
day.
again. There, Lynn has to take the stage. We got to get off.
Lynn goes, get off.
Get off. Lynn's up at noon. All right. In the last 2 weeks, we have 171 closings at Cardinal Title Group. So thank you all.
Thank you so much, all you peoples.
All right. So I will take the first page here. Abdu Tuku, Latif Chaudhry, Ada Calero, Ahmad Malikzeh 2 times, Alex Echampong, Alex Torres, Ali Ahmed, Ali Dejanada,
Good job.
There you go.
Nice
Went for it. Normally I just say Ali D.
Ali D. I know. I was shocked. Huh?
Dinesh today. There you go, Mike. You're throwing
Is
like
that
an
really how you
Italian
say
accent on it. What is that?
Wait,
Dinesh today. No,
Time
that's
out.
not it, Mike. You're way
Mike,
off.
I don't think that's it. Is that really it? Because we've been saying it wrong all this time.
I don't know.
Danish All right, y'all, hold on.
Ali D.
Danish.
Moving
Danish
on.
Shazda.
Ali Chamberlain. Anna Carolina Chavez. Andrea Bing. Andrea Hayes Chats Hayes. Andrew Norton. Angel Einsman. Angela Faciolo. Anil Khanna. Anise Khan. Arelis Perez. Ariel Mercado. And my man Arslan Jamil.
Asim Shazad. Barbara Monahan. Bill Lofton. Blaine Jackson. Mr. Bob Wiley. Brittany Lewis. C.C. Webster. Casey Quicken. Chartice Torrance. Cheryl and Chuck Youngbar. Chris Randolph. Christina Brown 3 times. Thank you, Christina.
There you go, Christina.
Christina Johnson. Christine Martin. Chris DiNapoli. Christopher Madison. Cynthia Chin. Dan Palmisano. Daniela Davies. And Daniel Greenfield. Wonder if he's any relation to Jenny.
No.
No. Congratulations and thank you, friends.
Darlena
Look,
Wynn.
I get distracted easily.
Detallian Tolson. Daisy Benitez. Delilah Torres.
Nice
3
job,
times.
Delilah.
Great job, Delilah. Derek Cole. Desiree Rogelli. Diana Posadas. Dilyara Dominiva 3 times.
Nice
Great
job.
job, Dilyara. Alina
Matsinina.
Matsanina. Fatana Barak 2 times. Gamel Dean. Gary Garrison. Gayathri Gunupati.
Good job.
Juliana Casu. Guillermo Salmon 2 times. Guillermo. Samon 2 times. Hani Hashima. Heather Reff. Helena Ashton. Hinda Mohammed. And our great Frederick admin, Holly
Awesome,
Simpson.
Holly. Hulanim
Walter
Waldebrio 2 times. Issa Abdeen, Jackie Koval, Jay Yoon, Jasmine Haney, Jay No, Janelle Alexander, Jennifer Cuevas, Jeremiah Dorn. Yeah.
Hey.
I thought I saw you back there. Congratulations.
He was all cool with it too. He just kind of winked.
I know, he's like,
he's like, how you doing?
oh, he did a little, okay. John Agam, John Grazika, Johnny Jenkins, Jonathan Ortiz, Joseph Harrison 2 times, Julie Park 2 times, Karen Richardson, Kate Snyder 2 times, Kathy Pippin, Katie Watojic, and Kia Evans. Thanks, guys.
Carrie Ralston 3 times.
Nice job,
Great job,
Carrie.
Carrie. Khalid El Hajbe, Kim Garrett, Krunal Mehta, Kwaku Brobe, Kyonsuk Lee, Leo Buenaventura. Hold on.
Sorry.
You can do Leo. Go ahead.
Buenaventura.
There you go. Good job, Leo. Lisa Patton, Lorenzo Waiters, Lula Ayub, Lucia Arden Jason.
Nice job, Lucia.
4 times.
Wow.
Great job, Lucia.
Nice month.
Up here it says 5 because
And it also says Kaysen.
the computer to this doesn't like to speak sometimes correctly.
And it gets us weird letters and
4
weird
times.
names. Yeah.
Great job, Lucia.
Nice job, girlfriend.
Matab Bihari, Margaret Ireland, Marie Richardson, Maria Georgiev, Marisol Bonds, Marvin Boone, Max Molina, Maida Albisu, and Mekdim Tesfaye 2 times.
Michelina Curie, Michelle Gildea. I saw you. There you are, Michelle. Thank you.
Michelle's back there.
She's back in the house, too. Mickey Tung, Monica Lee, Meyer Grossman, Nancy Femwright, Nima Majorian, Noemi Martinez Conaway, Pam Scavaginelli, Pamela Jackson, Patty Tabling, Paulianne, Paul Aguiar, Rahila. Sorry, my mouth's not working. Rahila Farmond, Rajiv Sharma, Rebecca O'Haron, Rashila Wilson, the OG Ritu Desai 2 times. Nice job, Ritu. Thank you. Riza Alcantara and Rupali Jain. Thanks, guys.
Rusty Miller, Sandra Barganza, Sarah McGovern 2 times. Sean and Jill Judge, back in the corner there. Sean Kang, Shazia Noreen, Sheila Hayter, Sheznade Conaway, Sophia Ellis, Stephanie Johnson, Stephanie Joyce, Stephanie. Oh.
Nice job.
You're back
nice
there.
Nice job.
Stephanie Joyce, she knew.
I'm like, I can't see over my glasses. I'm like, I feel like a librarian. Yeah, sorry.
Stephanie Joyce down our Richmond office. That's your grown up friend.
We
right?
went to high school together.
There you go.
She too is 29.
I need to get the dirt on Stephanie about what
There
Sarah
is
was
no
like in
dirt.
high school. Stephanie Pierce
was a
2
good
times. Nobody believes that. Tammy Irby, Tatiana Saldana.
Tatiana's here. There she is. I thought I saw her come in.
I get in this. I don't notice everybody in the room.
I know. If I don't see you when I first come in, once the glasses go on, I can't see squat. Yeah.
That's why she has.
Big people print.
It's 4-1. I have 4
I
pages.
have big people print and glasses. This is so bad, you guys.
Have you noticed she throws it all the time, and I've still got the same piece of paper? Tatiana Saldana Arias. I just said Tatiana.
Yes, you did.
Terry McCall, Tia Thompson, Troy Spinogle, Valeria Crespo, Vita Rice, and Vicky King.
Victoria Balacacia? Balacacia. Yes, Victoria Balacacia. Vicky B. VK Melisani, Yama Abasi, Yan, Yvette Harris 2 times. Oh, Vicky B 2 times. Victoria Balacacia 2 times. I think I didn't.
Okay.
Yvette Harris 2 times. Zudi Tulu. I wonder if it's 2 Tulus or if that's a thing. Thank you. And Z Fawn. Congratulations, you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And as always, if I have slaughtered your name, I very much apologize. Please do call me and tell me how to pronounce it. I love hearing from you guys. And then I love the stories. Some people call me and tell me I'm not done yet.
Oh.
Some people call me and tell me that their daddy named them funny, which makes me laugh. Now you may go.
I want you to finish.
That was my story.
I was hoping there was more to that story.
That's it. That their daddy named them funny.
The punchline didn't kill.
Well. That was funny, wasn't it? That their daddy named them funny. My daddy named me this. I had one time. It was Heather versus Hunter. The dog got Heather and she got Hunter. Oh. I like that for a girl. I do too. I love the name for the girl, but she says my daddy named me funny. The dog got Heather and I got Hunter. And I'm like, well, I like it. It's a story.
Be careful. The newest Samson is Hunter.
Oh, that's right.
Michelle's
Hunter, yes. And that's
I guess it's a Hayes, but
yes.
I was just
Hunter Hayes is a country singer.
I
would not know.
She's a girl. So
she's a girl.
Who knows?
I love that. I love boy names for girls. Anyway,
I wanted to make one announcement. I wanted to congratulate Tamara Myers-Moffitt, who was elected to the Fredericksburg Board of
Nice job, Tamara.
And then I want to encourage everybody that's NVAR to continue voting for our great and wonderful Myra Pineda, who's running for the board. We did send out an email last week encouraging you to vote for our candidates. Tamara's was last Wednesday, so she made it, and then Myra's, I think, goes through like almost all the way like October 6th, right before the NVAR.
Something right before the convention,
right
yes.
Before the convention,
and just for those of you that don't know, we did send out an email, but Myra is a wonderful advocate for real estate. She's a wonderful advocate for Sampson Properties. She is also on the NAREP community, so she's the Hispanic home ownership. She is just a wonderful server on all the communities. Mike? Former real estate board member. Yep, she loves serving on all of the boards and furthering our professionalism and our industry as a whole. So if we can just rally together and help her, that would be awesome.
It's great to have Sampson representation on all the different boards and all the things that we can. So let's encourage each other and make sure we're represented all over so that our voice can continue to be heard when we need it to be heard.
And if you too are running for something or would like to run for something, please let us know because we'd love to be able to support you.
Yes, we don't know unless you let us know, and then we'll put the power of all of our votes behind you if we can.
Yes.
So, thank you all so much for all of your hard work at Sampson Properties and your support of Cardinal Title Group. We're so great to be out in our Arlington office. It's great to be out, everybody. See you in Tyson's in a couple weeks. Everybody, please clear some time, get to that festival next Saturday. We're looking forward to celebrating all of our success as a family next Saturday, so we're going to have a great time. So thank you all so much. We will see you soon.
Yes, have a great week. Bye-bye.